Hey everyone, how's it going? What's up? This week inside the studio, I'm working on creating some new recipe and cocktail videos. But while I'm working on those, I'm also testing out some pretty sweet new toys sent over by Edelkrone. They're sponsoring this video and they sent over their latest motorized slider and head, plus a couple of other really cool new toys that are just gonna be, well, super useful for creating those recipe videos. All right, as most of you know, I'm pretty much a one-man show here. For all of my videos, I do the cooking and the filming, which is fine because most of the time my camera's locked down on a tripod. But if I'm in the shot, or if I want to add motion, or both at the same time, I'm in trouble. I mean, filming yourself can be a bit of a pain. I mean, it's really fun, but at the same time, it's a lot of work. I have sliders, I have a motorized one, but it's like 6 feet long and it takes 2 tripods to set up. Plus I have to sit there and fiddle around with the wired remote to get it all started. And with a studio space as small as mine, it gets pretty cramped really quickly. You have your lights, your stands, your cameras, your tripods. Now, last month I was at the Everything Food Conference for 6 days in Utah, and I met like 1,000 of you. No joke, it was crazy. It was amazing and it was great to get to talk to all of you, but one of the reasons that I was there was I was on a panel with 3 other foodies, which you should check out their channels, by the way. But on that panel, there was a lot of discussion about how to get away from this traditional hands and pans types of videos. How to add more personality, more action, more interest to these kind of boring recipe videos, which really got me thinking about these hands-free sliders and motorized heads. Since being back from the conference and kind of downloading all that information you guys gave me, I've spent a couple weeks with this gear testing it out and trying to come up with creative ways to use it for what we do, you know, food videos. And I have to say, I'm pretty excited. The Slider Pro 1 version 2 has only about 8 inches of travel, which I think is perfect for us solo food video creators where we just need to capture that sweet spot while we're cooking. There's no wires, it connects via a phone app. Now, it's a modular system, so you can pick and choose what you need or add on to it, like the head one here, which is pretty awesome in its own right. And when combined with the Slider 1, it's an awesome duo. There's the flex tilt head to angle in your camera how you want it, and it's stiff enough for the camera to stick in that position. And it's small and compact enough to where you can break it all down, throw it in a bag, and take with you on a shoot really easily. I think if you're shooting video or you're shooting product, you're really gonna love this slider. I'm actually shooting a recipe video right now using all of this Edelkrone gear, so let me kind of show you a real-world example of what it can do. To move the slider manually, you can use these joysticks in the app. Now, once it's at your starting point, you can hold here and save that position. Then I'll move it to the other side of the slider, save that position, it'll memorize the movement and you're hands-free from there. It's pretty cool that I can just set it up on a tripod, compose it, grab my focus, tap my phone, and get a pretty cool shot with some awesome motion to it. I'm using the head one and the slider in combination with each other to create this really cool transition between these 2 shots, where the action happens and then the camera quickly pans out and pans back into a new action. With the app on the phone, you can really do a transition like this easily. A still shot is fine, but it's just so much more dynamic, even with just a little bit of movement from the slider. You can also use the slider to make some rockin' transitions as well, where the action happens, the camera slides out of frame, and then slides back in to capture that new action. These motorized sliders just do it so effortlessly. You can add on some of these turntable attachments to your head one here and get a 360-degree look at your product, or shoot something creative. Just flip the head one upside down and then screw in the turntable. I'm pretty impressed that it can hold the weight of my cutting board and this cast iron skillet filled with this cheesy dip. Then just pan the head and you're rocking. You could grab a shot of the product spinning, or get creative with the head one turntable and the slider working both at the same time. It's a pretty cool setup that will easily get your camera moving and add that extra dimension to your videos, much more than the regular old hands and pans shots. But here's the recipe video in its entirety. So that was really fun. I know a lot of you have wanted to improve your video, and this is a nice way to add some accents to each one of those clips. Super smooth, really easy to use for this one-man show. And you can also use the app to create some really cool slider time lapses and stop motion animations, which I'm really excited to create a few in my next couple of videos. But all the links for this stuff will be in the description below. There's also a link to my latest video that I uploaded to my Patreon account for all those members who have joined. If you haven't joined yet, do so now. There's gonna be some really cool stuff. Plus you get the 40% off on all of my food photography courses. But hey, if you like this video, give it a subscribe, ring that notifications bell, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.